So hey there, I just wanted to show you a very brief exercise that's been really helpful for me to sort of uncouple the belief that says my work and my worth are the same thing. And the exercise is very simple, and yet I've noticed it can be very powerful, so there can be some strong emotions associated with it. So I just encourage you to do it maybe in a place where you feel quite safe. Maybe that can be, in your home, or even have a loved one present as you do it. And you can do this for any sort of belief where you feel like two things are together that don't really belong together. Other examples of that for me are, for example, shame and crying. They used to be really on top of each other, and they don't really belong together. Or shame and anger. So you notice often shame is together with a lot of different sensations, especially for me as a man. That's been very true in my identity as a male. But for this exercise, it's very simple. You visualize, and maybe it can be helpful to do a brief meditation before to just feel grounded in your body. You visualize in each of your hands the two parts of the belief that are connected. And so for me, that was the belief of worth, my inner self-worth, my inner mattering. That was very strongly overcoupled with my inner sense of wanting to work or contributing or putting out things into the world. They were kind of together. And so our starting position, once we've identified both of them, just to see what it's like to have them on top of each other with your hands. So you can use your hands, put them together, and notice if that feels right. It's like, yes, they are really overcoupled, which has been very true for me. And then to just imagine what it would be like before you even bring your hands apart. Just to imagine what it would be like to move them apart from each other. Just what that would bring up as a sensation. And to be with that. I notice for myself it brings up some fear, like, oh, what if the two are no longer together? What may happen then? And as you sit with these sensations, feel free to then very slowly bring the two apart. And as you do that, to notice how your body is reacting. Maybe pausing every so often. Maybe bringing them back together. Ooh, this feels a lot safer. Worth and work being together still feels so safe. And then maybe trying again and going a little further. Noticing any deep breaths. And then resting. To just see what that's like. This may be a very different experience for you. It may be that there's too much fear and you want to keep them together still. That's okay too. If you have an intention to bring them apart, to see if over time as you practice that exercise, especially in the presence of a loved one, or even with a therapist or a coach, to see where that takes you. And for me, often at the end, a natural sense of ease and well-being and possibility emerges. These two things don't have to be together anymore. My sense of self-worth is with me all the time, and it doesn't have to be coupled with work and contributing. So this is just something that I wanted to share briefly with you. See if you try it out, what that brings up for you, and share it with me, and I appreciate you checking this out.